Good morning. We are going to continue with chapter 6 square and square roots. Today we are going to learn how to find the square roots. There are four methods given. The first one is repeated subtraction, the second one is prime factorization, third is division, and the fourth one is estimation method. Let's discuss each one. The first method is repeated subtraction method, but this method can be used only for smaller numbers. We cannot use this method for big numbers. Let's take one example. Suppose we have to find the square root of 49. And remember, we are discussing square roots now. Earlier we discussed repeated addition method to find the squares. Here we are going to do the opposite of that. So we are going to subtract the numbers one by one. First we'll subtract 1. And remember, we are subtracting only consecutive odd numbers. So what is left first? 48. Now next consecutive number is 3. So we are left with 45. Next consecutive number 5. So we are left with 40. Now we will subtract 7. And the number left after subtraction is 33. After 7 comes 9. So when you subtract, you are left with 24. After 9, the next consecutive odd number is 11. So if you subtract 11, you are left with 13. And what comes after 11? The next odd number is 13. So 13 minus 13 gives us 0. We reach 0 means the given number is a square number. Now how many numbers did we subtract? How many numbers? Not 13. How many subtractions we did? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So we subtracted 7 numbers. That means 49 is square of 7. Or we write like this. This you have learnt earlier. 7 square is 49. Now we are finding square root. And this is the symbol of square root. So square root of 49 is 7. Why 7? Because we did subtraction 7 times. Okay. So this is repeated subtraction method, but this method cannot be used for big numbers. Now let's see the second method of finding the square root, that is prime factorization method. Remember, here we have to use only prime numbers to factorize the number. Suppose the number is 7056. First I'll find out the prime factors of it. The method is same as you have done in LCM. So we'll start dividing. Now this is an even number. So we'll start dividing with 2. 2 3s are 6. 1 left. 1 and 0 becomes 10. 2 5s are 10. Then 2 2s are 4, 1 left, 1 and 6, 16. So 2 8s are 16. Again, because even, we'll divide by 2. 2 1s are 2. 1 left here, 1 and 5, 15. So 2 7s are 14. Out of 15, 14 gone. 1 left, 1 and 2 becomes 12. 2 6 are 12. And 2 4s are 8. This is again an even number. So we'll divide with 2. 2 8s are 16. 1 left, so again 1 and 6 will become 16. So 2 8s are 16 and 2 2s are 4. Now again with 2. 2 4s are 8. 2 4s are 8. You know 441 is a square of 21. If you have learned your table, you know. But we are going to use prime numbers. So this number is divisible by 3 if you remember the divisibility test. So we'll divide by 3. 3 1s are 3. 1 and 4 14. So 3 4s are 12. And 2 left. 3 7s are 21. Okay. 147 is again divisible by 3. 3 4s are 12. 2 left and 3 9s are 27. Now 49 is square of 7. So 7 sevens are 49 and 7 ones are 7. So all these numbers that you can see, if you multiply all these numbers, you will always get 7056. You will get back this number. So these are called the prime factors. These are prime numbers and they are the factors of 7056. 7056 we can write in form of its factors. We have 4 times 2. Okay, here we have 4 times 2, then 2 times 3 and 2 times 7, and 2 times 7. Now this factor should make a pair. See, this is one pair, this is one pair. Okay, a pair of same number only. 3 also has its pair, 7 also. Now when they are in pairs, we can write 2 multiplied with 2, we can write as 2 square. This also we can write as 2 square. This is 3 square and this is 7 square. Once again I am saying, if you multiply all this number, you will get 7056. Okay. Now third step, we have to find its square root. So let us put it under the symbol of square root. 7056. Whatever we do on this side of equal to, we have to do it on the other side as well. So we'll put this side numbers also under square root sign. 2 square, 2 square, 3 square and 7 square. These are the numbers here. I've put them under square root sign. Now remember, square root and square, they are opposite to each other, so they cancel each other. So all these squares will be cancelled by this square root sign, whatever is inside. What is left? 2, 2, 3 and 7. Okay, now multiply back this number. 7 3s are 21 and this is 2 2s are 4. So when you multiply, you get 84. So square root of 7056 is 84. Means 84 multiplied with 84 gives you 7056. So let's see once again. First you have to find the prime factors and then you have to write it in the form of its prime factors. Put them in the form of squares. Find the square root. This side, here you have to just put the square root sign, but on the right hand side, square and square root sign, they will cancel each other. They get cancelled with each other. So only the numbers are left now. 2, 2, 3 and 7. Multiply back, you get the square root of the given number. This prime factorization method can be used only for perfect square numbers. So let's see another method. The next method that we are going to discuss here is division method. Using this method, you can find the square root of any number, whether it is a perfect square or it is not a perfect square. We can find the square root of even decimal numbers using division method. This is one of the easiest method if you get to know how to do it. Okay, so attentively follow the method that is being shown here. Suppose I take a number 5776. Now first step is to put it in groups of 2 and we will always start from units digit. Okay, we'll put 2 numbers together, another 2 numbers together under a bar. Why we are doing this? Because we are going to divide 57 in the first attempt and then we will bring down 76 together and will divide that number. Okay, it's not like simple division, it's a different one. And do you remember the table I told you which we have to use in this chapter? That is 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9. That table we have to use while dividing it. So the first step is grouping the numbers in 2s. Okay, if it is a 5-digit number, the number which is here will be left alone and will be divided separately. Then these 2 will come down and then the third set. To divide it, we have to divide this number first, 57. So we'll start reading the table. 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25, 6 6 are 36, 7 7s are 49 and 8 8s are 64. 64 is bigger than this, so 7 7s are 49 is the correct number. The number which is written here will be written up. That's most important. So 7 7s are 49. This is division, we will subtract. Okay. So how much is left? 8 is left. Now next step, these two numbers will come down. As I told you, we made the pair for that only. 76 will come down together. Both the numbers will come down. Both of them will be coming down for the next step. Now here what we have to do, this is also important. Whatever number we wrote here, we have to add it here. Whatever number is written here, that number is to be added. After adding 7 plus 7, you get 14. Now here I have to put a new number, and this new number, suppose I write here 5, then it will become 145, and 145 5s are, I have to write here also 5. Suppose the new number which I write here is 3, so here also I have to write 3. That is important. I cannot take two different numbers. Whichever number I have to take here, same number I have to write here. This is how it goes. Now which number shall I write? If I write 1, so it becomes 141, 1s are. Here it will come 141. If I write here 2, so my number is 142, and 142 2s are 284. Okay. Which number shall I write here? That's the biggest question mark. I'm doing some rough work here to show you. Suppose I write 143. Suppose the number I write here is 3. Then here I have to multiply with 3 only. The new number I have to write, because this 3 has to be written up here. So what will I get? 3 3s are 9, 4 3s are 12, and this is 429. 429 is very small than this number. So here, which number shall I write? Let's see. 6. The last digit is 6. 8 is here. Okay. So suppose I write here down 8. So 8 ones will give me 8. Okay. So let me try here 7. But 7 will not give me 6 at the end. If you remember the squares, 7 square will always have 9 at the end. So shall I try with 6? Because if I write here 6, so 6 6 are 36 is a possibility. So let me check in my rough work. 146. The new number if I write here is 6. Remember I have to write here also 6. Means 146 should be multiplied with 6. So 6 6 are 36. 146, 6 are 876. Multiply and check. So I got the sum number. So 146, 6 are 876. So when you subtract, you are left with 0. Your division is complete. So final answer we'll write here. 576 is the given number. Its square root is how much? 76. Okay, this is the answer. Let me show you one more example of this type. Let's now try to find the square root of a decimal number. But for a decimal number, we have to group it in a different way. Let's suppose the number is 343.681. Now we'll start grouping from the decimal. Right hand side this way 2, and then this number is left alone, but we can always add a 0. After decimal, zeros have no value. We can add as many zeros. We can write 2 more zeros and put them under a bar. Means we can group them. But this side numbers, the integer part we have to group like this. 43 will be under one group and 3 will be under another group. Okay. Let's see another example. Suppose the number given to you is 51.84. Now let's divide it. So here grouping is easy. This fraction part has 2 digits and here also integer part also has 2 digits. So no confusion. Let's start. Okay. Here also, if you go by the table, 7 sevens are 49 and 8 eights are 64 goes greater. So 7 sevens are 49. How much is left? 2. If you subtract, 2 is left. Now comes decimal here. So that decimal you will shift up. Put it here. Because integer part is divided, now comes decimal. So place the decimal up and bring 84 down. Both the digits will come down together. To remember the steps, you have to add the number which you wrote here, you have to add it here. So 7 plus 7 is 14, and now I need to write a new number here. What should be the new number? You can see that units digit is 4. So if I write here 2, 2 2s will give me 4, and if I multiply it with 2, then 2 1s are 2. So 142, 2s are 284. This one is easy. Subtract, you are going to get 0. So I got my answer. What is the square root of the given number 51.84? It is 7.2. Let's now see the next method of finding square root, which is estimation method. Estimation method means to get an estimate, अंदाज़ा लगाना कि what could be the square root. Okay, and this method is correct only if the given number is a perfect square. Let's take one example first. 2401. Suppose this is the number. Because units digit is 1, there is a possibility that it can be a perfect square. Now, how to estimate? It is a square of which number? We have to estimate that. If you remember your table of 10 square, 20 square, 30 square, if you have written it down in your notebook, go and refer it. And you will see that your number 2401 lies in between 1600. 1600 is a perfect square. You will have it in your table if you have written it. And the next perfect square is 2500. Our number 2400 is greater than this and smaller than this. So lies in between these two. Now 1600 is 40 square and 2500 is 50 square. If you are having your table, you will understand it better. Okay, you also know how to find the square of 45. Okay, now if the number, let's first find out how much is 45 square. You remember your second table, 4 you have to multiply with its next number. 4 5s are 20 and 5 square is 25. So now see this, your number 2401. Let me write, I got 3 numbers, 1600, 2025 and 2500. These 3 perfect squares I have. Now where does my number lie? In between which two? Does it lie in between these two or does it lie in between these two? Yes, it is greater than 2025. So my number lies in between these two. What was this? This was 45 square. And what was this? 50 square. So my number lies in between 45 square and 50 square. Now check the last digit. And this you have in your first table. When do you get 1? Square of which number will give you 1? 2 numbers give you 1. So if it lies in between 40 and 50. So 41 square also will have 1 at the end and 49 square will also have 1 at the end. 9 9s are 81. But because this number is greater than 45, so definitely it is 49. So if it is a square, it is a square of 49. So 2401, its square root by estimation method is 49. But let's see a number here. Suppose instead of 2401, I write 2471. So estimation method will give the answer to this also as 49. Okay, so estimation method gives only the estimate of an answer. It's not always correct because this number is not a perfect square at all. So if we try to find out by estimation method, we will get a wrong answer. So these type numbers we need to find its square root using division method, and answer will be in decimals.